Hey guys, so I'm just going to be doing a bit of a look through my Inktober from this year. It was my 4th year attempting it, but only my 2nd year actually completing it, so only a 50% strike rate, so it's not the greatest. Anyway, I followed 4 different prompt lists. The main 2 were by Autumnal Wood and Absolute Armour, and then I also followed Furry Little Peaches and just the official Inktober prompt list, but I didn't do as many from those 2. So this was for day 1, which was Tears, but it got a lot of the white gel pen from this on it, which is a bit awkward. It's just a lemon with an eyeball, as you do. Day 2 was going to be Centipede, but I didn't like that, so I went with Black Cat instead. I used to have a black cat growing up called Oprah, and she was very sassy, so it was inspired by her. Day 3 was Eyes. I didn't use any references for this one. Probably quite obvious because there's no flowers that look like that. But I ended up quite liking it. Day 4 was Waves. Pretty self-explanatory, just a lot of white gel pen. I think I used up my pen on that. This was day 5, an apple, just another fruit with an eyeball. I suspect a bit of a theme. This was for, I think, Broken Hearted. That's an abomination, so I ended up redoing it on watercolour paper. This was for Ghost, which I ended up not really liking this one. It didn't turn out how I wanted. But this was for Hands, and I actually used a screen grab from Bring It On for it, some spirit fingers. So these are spirit fingers. This was for Sphinx, and I don't really know what happened here. It started off so normal, and then this happened, so don't know. 10 was going to be Scissors, but I ended up doing Pattern, but it's in a different sketchbook, a bigger one. It's just a mandala. This was for Stars, don't really know what those are, just kind of little weird things. This was for Dragon. I've never really drawn a dragon before, other than I think one time I drew Spyro. It kind of is more of a snake because I didn't even want to attempt the legs, but that's okay, we'll roll with it. This was for Costume, thought I'd just do something a bit scary. And then this was Jack-o'-lantern. I discovered a new thing of just putting the white gel pen on and flicking it, and it kind of looked like light coming through, so I was quite happy with that, quite pleased. I did it again here. This was for Toxic, which I wrote, it's pretty obvious. That was for Third Eye, yeah, so I had that, and then smudged lots of white gel pen. Might be overkill, but that's okay. This was for Bird. It's basically inspired by the fact that a group of crows is called a murder, so I just drew a murderous crow, haha. This was for Clown, and it was reference from Krusty the Clown. I keep wanting to say Krusty the Crab. Krusty the Clown from The Simpsons. This was for Wings, and it was actually my partner's idea, so I can't be blamed entirely for that one. This was for Snack. They used to be my favourite snack, and then they changed the recipe, and now they're disgusting, so this was kind of like a in loving memory piece. This was for Forbidden Love, and it's basically just a jellyfish who really likes sunbathing, but because he's like 98% water, he will likely evaporate, so he can't really do it much. This was for Skull. I just wanted to add something a bit so it wasn't so plain, added some random plants coming out of some kind of split. This was for Masked. It was kind of based off the female psychos from Borderlands 3. I've been absolutely raging that game. This was for Moonlight. It's a pretty simple one, just a lot of white gel pen, smudging, you know. Hat. I don't really know where this came from, but I just drew a little Pikachu with a little Mimikyu hat. It's kind of creepy, but that's okay. This was for Fox, and I really hate this one. It started off as sort of like a fennec fox, but kind of looks more like a gremlin. Yeah, I really didn't like that one. This was for two-headed, and this one took quite a while because for some reason I used the tiniest paintbrush, and the whole thing is just black ink with the tiniest paintbrush, so it took a while. This is Wizard. Obviously I had to draw PlayStation 1 Hagrid because he a big mood. This was for Herbs and Flowers, which might be a bit of a stretch for the theme. This is the flower, just this tiny thing on its head, and then this was sort of loosely based off time. It's basically just a snake, but we'll say it's Herbs and Flowers. This was for Tarot, however you say it, and I actually smudged a lot of the ink here, but I don't think you can tell too much anymore. And then finally, this is Teethy Boy, which is the OC of Autumnal Wood, and I just did sort of like the sun. I've done a few times, I guess. I've done it there, and then it was in the jellyfish one as well. It's a kind of creepy looking sun, and yeah, so that's all done. So thanks for watching. You can follow me on Instagram at _poison ink. Yeah.